This is Shooting USA, reporting the stories of America's shooting sports.
There's little question that the sport of three-gun competition with pistol, rifle, and tactical shotgun is rooted somewhere in the idea of adults playing Army. It is simulated combat. And it can get even more interesting when the Army issues an invitation to bring your guns and join up for 3 days of competition with the Army Marksmanship Unit hosting their three-gun challenge. We're back at Fort Benning, Georgia, and this time it's civilians competing on the Army Marksmanship Unit's new action shooting range with pistol, rifle, shotgun, and more. This is the second year for the AMU to host this match, and this year they're pulling out all the stops. As competitors head to the first stage of fire, it is clear that this is not the usual civilian three-gun match. The stage called Black Hawk Down starts with the competitor seated in the Humvee with a training grenade at the ready. Landing the grenade in the target area is good for a 10-second bonus against their total stage time. Then it's pistol targets on the move over natural terrain on one of the many ranges at Fort Benning, followed by rifle targets out to 350 meters, a challenge not possible at most three-gun venues. Kurt Miller sets the bar for the Tactical Irons Division with his accurate toss of the M228 training grenade. With open sights on all three of his guns, Kurt will need a little extra time acquiring the rifle targets. That little extra time turns out to be very little, as Kurt finishes the stage over 30 seconds ahead of the next TAC Iron shooter. Open division shooter Jerry Michalak is not as fortunate as Kurt with the training grenade, but Jerry makes up for the lost opportunity in his usual fashion with fast and accurate pistol shooting. And with the U.S. Optics scope on his rifle, Jerry makes time on the long-range targets too. Jerry posts a 54.64 second run on the stage. And with the first stage in the books, the competitors now know this is a unique match.
It's unique only in the fact that it's being held on an Army installation, and normally there aren't any kind of running and gunning for civilians on an Army installation. This year we're doing the Army in movies, so every stage is kind of modeled after a scene from a movie that the Army was featured in.
But there is more to this than naming stages after movies.
We were able to get an M203 this year, and they're actually firing a 40 millimeter training grenade at about 180-yard Geo Metro sitting on a berm. And then another stage actually using training grenades, the same ones we use to train our soldiers in initial entry training. In addition to that, we've got some really great ranges.
The key factor that makes this match possible is the support and resources of the U.S. Army.
Because of that kind of support that we have, we're able to do a lot of stuff that you might not get a chance to shoot, you might not get a chance to see at some of the other matches that you go to that don't have the Army assets that we have access to.
You heard right, an M203 grenade launcher in play on the stage named The Longest Day. Competitors then navigate the mix of steel and paper targets with the rifle across the bridge, on the run, and from the bunkers. Heavy metal shooter Kelly Neal is smooth and deliberate on his pass, and it pays off in accuracy. The heavy metal shooters use all open sights. Their rifle must be .308 caliber, and their shotgun must be a pump action. Kelly is very fast, even with the limitations in his division, recording the second best time among the heavy metal division shooters, 103.76 seconds. Top open division shooter on The Longest Day is Chris Tilley. Chris is a relative newcomer to three-gun competition, but you would not know it watching this run. Chris has his rifle running great with his scope dope dialed in, and his time for the stage is the proof. 59.36 seconds is the best overall time for the stage. Next up is the shooting problem called Full Metal Jacket, a true multi-gun stage but laid out a little differently. Shooters start with a pistol and then retreat to the stage shotgun before retreating again to their rifle. 14 pistol, 13 shotgun, and 15 rifle targets, plus a good bit of running, make for a dynamic course of fire. Eric Lund is a federal agent and a firearms instructor, as well as a great three-gun shooter. Eric shoots in the TAC Optics division, allowing an optic only on his rifle. Eric has his game going on the demanding stage. He gets to the rifle and puts down some quick shots. Total time for the stage, 52.46. Tony Holmes is another familiar face among the three-gun hierarchy. We've seen Tony mixing it up at several past USPSA Nationals, and in his usual style, Tony is keeping the TAC Optics race a close one. Tony puts Full Metal Jacket behind him in 48.89 seconds. Taran Butler is a shooter you will surely recognize. Taran has been the man to beat in the TAC Optics division for a number of years, and he intends to keep that unchanged. Taran burns through Full Metal Jacket in 39.18, but a 5-second penalty puts Taran second behind Benny Hill on this stage. Having seen a few stages of fire in this match, you might be thinking to yourself, why is the Army doing this?
A couple of reasons. One, we want to promote the sport because it is a sport, as well as it's the bread and butter of what we do in the military, especially here at the Marksmanship Unit. It's all about the marksmanship. So one, it's promoting the sport. It's promoting what we do in the Army as soldiers. And lastly, this is America's post. This is America's Army, and we're America's Army's Marksmanship Unit. And if we didn't bring America here, nobody would notice.
Colonel, you don't need to worry. America is definitely taking notice. And the three-gun competitors are on notice that there are more unique challenges ahead as we continue our coverage of the Army's Three-Gun Challenge.
Shooting USA is brought to you by Smith & Wesson, American-made, American-owned. And by Blackhawk, the world's finest tactical gear. Performance rules.
We have protected our neighborhoods. We have defended our shores. We will continue to uphold the right of free assembly and your right to keep and bear reliable firearms. Smith & Wesson Military and Police. Reliability for life and liberty.
The North American whitetail meets the new breed of hunter with a new breed of bullet. New Fusion, born one molecule at a time and fused into the ultimate deer hunting bullet. Fusion retains an average 90% of its killing weight during penetration and expands up to 250% for devastating impact at any range. Fusion, power harnessed, power focused, power released. Fusion, let it loose.
You're watching Shooting USA.
We're back with the AMU Three-Gun Challenge. Now keep in mind there are multiple titles in the match defined by the equipment. Tactical iron means iron sights on all guns. Tactical optics allows a scope only on the rifle. And in the open division, well, bring pretty much anything you want, including speed loaders. The pistol stage, Saving Private Ryan, is very much in keeping with the dynamic and challenging stage designs in this match. After first breaching the entry door, there are 17 pistol targets, 5 of which are activated movers. And for those of you who think the breaching door is a pushover, watch Kurt Miller. After that initial bobble, Kurt pulls it together in 21.27 seconds but a no-shoot penalty adds 10 seconds to his time.
Got a little quick on the trigger on one no-shoot. That's life, though.
After witnessing Kurt's issue at the breaching door, Jerry Michalak selects Thor's hammer from Dynamic Entry for a quick and powerful entry into the stage, and it works flawlessly. In his usual style, Jerry lays waste to the targets, finishing up in 20.06 seconds. The all-shotgun stage, called Hamburger Hill, is next, and it will be a challenge. With 10 slugs and 16 shot shells required, this stage is a test of shotgun marksmanship as well as the shooter's ability to maintain an accurate round count. Jerry Michalak has his plan nailed, and he is making good use of the speed loaders afforded him by the rules of the open division. Jerry lets the last one fly at 29.50 seconds.
So I played it a little bit conservative. I put extra slugs in there in case I need to make a pickup. I had one bobble on a speed load, but I got all my hits, and I'll take it. It's a good one.
Top tactical iron shooter on Hamburger Hill is Kurt Miller. Kurt must load each shell individually, and his time reflects the additional challenge. Kurt wraps up the stage in 39.28 seconds. Over on the stage called Enemy at the Gates, there are 18 rifle targets and 4 shotgun slug targets, waiting for the competitors. Deborah Cheek is one of only a few lady shooters in this match. Deborah tears through the stage with focus, leaving all targets shot in 41.92 seconds. Taran Butler has the same focus heading into Hamburger Hill, but Taran will be Taran, and that means fast. Taran locks up the top spot on the stage for the TAC Optics division with a 26.08 second time.
How was that, Taran? A lot of fun shooting a revolver. It was fun. Just a little meltdown rifle stage. Kind of the stuff I really like.
Another stage Taran will really like is the Last Patrol. 8 rifle targets engaged from a boat. Taran marks all targets in 11.30 seconds. Tony Holmes beats Taran's time slightly, clearing the Last Patrol in 11.25 seconds. Top TAC Optics shooter on the Last Patrol is Benny Hill, going 10.34 seconds. Dropping a few seconds on the Last Patrol is not enough to unseat Taran from the top of the TAC Optics leaderboard. He's followed at a distant second place by Tony Holmes and Evan Scarer third. TAC iron shooters do not have the help of any optics, making some stages more challenging. But overall leader Kurt Miller runs the Last Patrol in 11.79 seconds, a solid run. Bruce Pyatt is also shooting TAC irons, and his time of 11.57 will win the stage. But it is a bit academic at this point. The TAC irons final results tell why, with Kurt Miller out front by over 200 match points. Pyatt is second, and Trapper Swanson third. Best run for the match on the Last Patrol belongs to none other than Jerry Michalak, an astounding 8.83 seconds. It's clear Jerry has shot from a boat before.
That was just like the old days. I thought I was back home having fun. So that shooting out of a boat, what it's all about.
The open division finishes like this: Jerry first, followed by Matt Burkett, with James Darst third for the match. Congratulations are due all around to Taran, Kurt, and to Jerry for winning their divisions. But every competitor at Fort Benning came out a winner thanks to the creative efforts of the marksmanship unit in putting on a really interesting match. I'm going to predict it'll be a bigger crowd of shooters next year.